So the issue that we had at Westfield Bank was we were looking to fill the marketing position, the leader of our marketing department, and we were having a lot of difficulty with finding the right kind of applicants. Spent several months through our normal process of posting to job boards, waiting to see what resumes came in, and found it to be very time consuming and challenging to get someone with the right qualities that we were looking for. Video as the medium to hire talent is not something that is on your top 3 list of how I'm going to find the next position to get filled. And the fact that, looking at the research that said that, twice as likely or maybe even 3 times as likely to go ahead and inquire about a job because there's video attached to the job description, I felt like if that's what the research says, if we got half of that response, we'd be well ahead of where we've experienced with our traditional efforts. The fact that we were able to work with Jenny, work with Hiring Optics, to go out there and find 70 gainfully employed people that were sourced to say, here's a job that we think you might be interested in. We don't have that kind of reach, especially when we're running our business day to day. The fact that we could turn that over to Hiring Optics and hone it down to who might be interested based on the videos that we were able to send, very impactful for us in terms of speeding up the process, accelerating it, as you say, and getting the right candidate in the door.
So my experience working with Hiring Optics is, I can't say enough good things about it. The recruiter that I worked with was very responsive, always answered any questions that I had immediately. And I probably had some off-the-wall questions that I asked, but they were always, met and understood my concern, and it made sure that those were conveyed to the hiring manager as well. So I felt like I was definitely being heard. Anything that I had concerns about was taken care of immediately, and it honestly was very smooth and very fast. I was surprised how fast it went. The videos that I saw from Hiring Optics that they did from Westfield Bank were very different, and it really contributed to my overall sense of what the company was like that I was going to and that I was going to be interviewing with. I could immediately get a sense of what the culture was and how the team that was doing the videos really felt about the company, and you could, again, it's not just reading about the position and reading about what their expectations are, but you're hearing it straight from their mouth and understanding and seeing their passion of the company right away. So it really sort of changed the dynamic. So seeing the hiring manager in the video itself really made me feel like I was getting a leg up when I was going into the interview process. Interviews can obviously be very scary. Again, you're looking at that piece of paper, trying to interpret exactly what their expectations are of the position. I've already heard it straight from the hiring manager's mouth, sort of have already gotten a sense of what he's like as a person, and it just made me feel, again, like I had that leg up and that I was already further along the path than maybe you would be just on a regular first interview that you're going to.
Well, as I mentioned, we had been taking so much time to find the right candidate. So when you talk about acceleration, we went from frustration to, I don't want to say jumping for joy, but to have 4, 5, 6 candidates in front of you that you look at each one and you say, you're starting to try and sort out, gee, we have options here. Not only finding the candidate, but also the connection that Jenny was able to help us with in terms of staying in touch, giving us pointers on what is going to be important in the process with this specific candidate, was really helpful in jump starting. When you talk about video and how that mixes into the process, we know that the candidates that we talked to said, I wouldn't have pursued this any further if I wouldn't have had the video. So that's proof right there that we had the right connection and the right partner to get it done. Then when you talk about how does that impact the business today, we have our marketing leader in place. We hit the ground running. We're getting a ton of great feedback as she meets with the various departments. Everything is aligning. The strategy is matching up with the abilities of the candidate that we put in place. We feel like we've hit the ground running even in this first month and a half of having our new leader in place.